What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 35 of Towel Town. It's Park to Prem, and it's the FA Cup, and it's a competition that I've desperately wanted to go on a run in. And today we play in the first round, and possibly the second if we get that far. We'll have to see how things play out. We're going to be taking on Billericay Town today, away from home. They currently sit 5th in the Vanarama National League South, a team who are not of a dissimilar level to ourselves. I'm anticipating a very fiercely fought game, and if we win that, we'll do the second round as well, which is going to take place around the start of December. I'm a little bit conscious of the fact we've been doing lots of double headers lately, but there's been a lot of very big matches, and we've been doing quite well in them, as I guess is represented by just this sea of green and yellow in the results screen. It's been a very, very good year thus far, and let's hope we can keep it going today. Since we were last here, we have played one game against Nuneaton. I will show you the highlights for that game now. They're a team going very strong in the league. It was always going to be a tricky game, especially off the back of the match previously against Gateshead. But 2-1 victors is how we ran out. Henry Kumwenda, who, well, has been called up to the Malawi national team for the first ever time, got us off to a flyer with a effort that was too hot to handle. Their goal probably was the best goal of the match. Matthews with an incredible long-range effort. And, well, late on into the game, via a Mampala assist, Callum Jones, the Welsh box-to-box Yaya Toure non-league player, I don't know, we need to work on a title for him officially, but he got on the score sheet again, and he is continuing to, I guess, just repay the faith we put in him in giving him that new 3-year contract that we discussed last time. Of course, last episode we had that tragic injury to Leighton Stewart. He is out for 7 to 10 months, so that's his season over and possibly even the start of next season over. I have been looking at getting in a new striker. The short-term solution, I've actually promoted Voltman back from the reserves. He's a very good forward. I don't want to rely on him too much, but as a squad depth player, he can do the business for us. We have got a few players on trial, though. I'm currently looking at Aidan O'Brien here, who, to be fair, would be an absolutely incredible striker to pick up. The other option that we would have is Kyle Vassell. I mean, if you compare these two guys, two players with international experience, I feel like they're both very, very good. I feel like O'Brien's probably the better of the two, but I've got them on trial at the moment. Let's just see. How much do you want, O'Brien? You want to be a star player, you want 2.2 thousand. I don't have that kind of money. If he was to lower his demands, I feel like we would go for him because, yeah, he could be a very good shorter-term player. He signed a 4-week trial, so he's here until the start of December. So plenty of time to see if he'll lower his demands. If we can't get in another replacement striker, I'll cry a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, famous last words. Obviously, we've got one win in the one game since last time, and when you look at the team as a whole, we're still in a very, very good position. Now, if we just look at the league table, we were due to play another game during this run of results, but it was called off due to weather, so as a result of the waterlogged pitch, we have a game in hand, but, well, as you can see here, Spennymoor have struggled as of late. They have not won in their last two games, Bolton doing us a favour, and then South Shields holding them to a draw, and, well, South Shields, they've been a bit of a thorn in our sides over the season in terms of they've not really beaten the teams that I've needed them to beat, but finally they've come good for us, and we're in a really good position now. Great goal difference, only one defeat in our first 16 games. Things are looking very, very good. But anyway, let's focus on the FA Cup here. It's our first time ever in the FA Cup proper. It's the first round. We're away from home, which I'm not sure what that means in terms of income. I feel like we might not get quite as much as we would otherwise. Just looking at the wide midfield area, DKM hasn't been in the best of form, so I'm going to bring him back, Alex Lindsay, and I'm also going to stick with Barr in the wide areas. I'm a little bit conscious of the fact we've been floating in a lot of crosses and heading them over. So one thing I have played with the idea of doing is putting our crosses on whipped crosses or low crosses, just so there's maybe less up in the air for our players to header over. Maybe we can have a bit more luck on the volley. Is that something I want to experiment with in this game? You know what? I think because we're playing Barr and Lindsay as wingers, they're probably going to be putting more balls in. So why not tell them to whip it in? Maybe that can help us out a little bit. Of course, Kumwenda and Mampala, two very, very good players. Thinking about it, I might play them the other way round, just because I feel like as an advanced forward, Mampala is just a little more well-rounded. He doesn't have great decision-making, and he has the balance of someone who's never rode a unicycle before. Meanwhile, Kumwenda, he's kind of what you see is what you get. You know, as a poacher, he He poaches. It's what he does. He's actually the perfect poacher. And as I mentioned before, he has been called up to the Malawi national team, which is really cool. You can see he's surprised and nervous to be part of the setup. I'm sure he is going to excel. We'll have to see how he gets on. But yes, this is the team we're going to go with. So Lindsay and Barr in the wide areas. The defence and goalkeeping position is very, very standard. This has become our settled kind of back line. Obviously, Younger and Gannon. Joe Hands in goal, continuing to improve. And that's definitely worth noting is the fact that just on the whole, if I flick through, there's a fair few players showing some pretty good signs of improvement. And we've not really had a great deal of that during our team at Towler, mostly because all of our players are on just part-time contracts where there's one training session a week. Things have changed now, we've got players who are on these, more permanent part-time contracts, not the pay-as-you-go ones. They're training a little more regularly, not exactly full-time just yet, but who knows, down the line, we will hopefully see more improvements, and maybe this year is just a sign of things to come. But anyway, away from home against Billericay, a team who I think they have a pretty weird ownership history. I don't know the ins and outs of it, so if someone wants to give me a little trivia rundown of Billericay down in the comments, that would be appreciated. And while having knocked out Dover in the previous round, let's see if we can get a good result here as Lindsay brings the ball forward all on his own. I mean, what a goal that is. Alex Lindsay, take a bow, brought back into the team. That's what he offers to us. That's an incredible little run. We signed him from Scarborough, also known as Scarbados. And, well, look at that, showing some Scarbadon. What is the, if you're from Barbados, are you, I don't know what nationality are you if you're from Barbados? I wanted to apply it to someone from Scarbados. Scarbaben? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. I don't know. Let's see if we can score from a corner. It's in the danger area. What is happening at the back? They get it away eventually. This needs to be some good defending here. Is that Gannon who's got completely burned? It's not. It's Chapman, the left back. Joe Hands, though. Oh my gosh, he's got his hands to that. Tips it wide. Billericay almost punishing us on the counter-attack. Perhaps overcommitting one or too many players into the final third for that corner. Although, looks like we're going to deal with it. And Lindsay, I mean, I don't know if I like that or not. He's just lumped it into row Z. Anyway, I'm going to catch my breath. This has been a very exciting first half so far, and it falls to Mampalo, who hits the woodwork. Could we get a rebound? What is happening? Their keeper has it, and he's lumped it clear. Look at that, no nonsense. I guess they're maybe trying to distribute it quickly and catch us on the counter. A Dunstan now to bring it in. Whips it in. Kumwenda, I mean, it's rolled down towards the burger bar behind the stand, is what's happened there. It's not the best of headers. Can we make something more happen here? Lindsay, 1 goal to his name already. Edge the area. Oh my word, what a run. He kicks it straight into the keeper's hands, unfortunately. But everything until the finish was superb by him. Man, this has been a really good start to the game for us. We have had that one chance against us, but so much of the play seems to be in our favour. I'm a little bit concerned by a few of the yellow cards we've got. Hopefully, Younger and Chapman are going to be well behaved for what remains of this game. 35 minutes gone, though, and we find ourselves a goal ahead. I would love a second before half-time, but I feel like we're going to have some defending to do at some point in this game. And while with Billericay in possession, that moment may well come sooner than I would like. Ponticel lays it off to Green, who whips it in. Gannon heads it clear. All 8 of his heading getting on the end of that. And while we try and lump it clear to Bar out on the right, but he can't get there. And they come at us once more here. The ball out on this right-hand side. Ling tries to put in the ball. Lindsay blocks it. The goal scorer lumps upfield. Kumwenda to nod it on, latching on to his own header. Ball options in the middle. Tries to bend it into that far top corner. And he's put the ball in the exact same spot as where he headed it. I think we need to explain to him where the goal is. Because he seems a little confused right now. Anyway, at the break, we are 1-0 up. They've had a few bookings. We've had a few bookings. It's been a hard-fought affair. I'm not going to make any changes at half-time just because we've been in a very good position. We've had 5 half chances. We just need to start taking 1 or 2 more of them. And, well, some defending to be done here. And, well, intercepted by Warrington. And now we look to launch that counter. Bar bringing the ball forward. Lays it forward to Mampala. Can he get it into the bottom corner? He can, of course. He's offside. That was a late flag, Lino. Can we give the decision sooner, please? Don't give me the hope. It was a really nice finish as well by Mampala, but unfortunately he has been denied by the whistle. And that second goal really would have given us some breathing room. We now need to do some defending here. Green with the ball on this left-hand side. Switching it back over to the right for Pinnock to keep it in play. Fair play to him. Had some ground to cover there. But Lindsay doing some defensive duty business out on the left. And Chapman, where's he going? The left-back's just on his own. He's run all that way and then got dispossessed. But we have still got it. Back with Chapman. Is he going to go on another run? Where's he going? Lindsay's down the line. He finds him. Can Lindsay get the ball in? He can. Oh my gosh, what is the defending? What's happening? I don't know. Mampala scored. No one's been given the assist. What was that? Barring Mampala, like children who haven't quite learnt to run yet, scooting around on their bums to get the ball in there. Lindsay whips it in. The defender kind of doesn't really get rid of it, and there's just some sliding around. The keeper looks bemused by the entire situation. I'm not going to complain. It's Mampala's 7th goal of the season. I need to get him on a longer contract. As a reminder, Mampala's contract ends at the end of this year, so whilst he's an incredible signing for us, I am scared about losing him. Anyway, I'm going to bring in Akeem Rose for Kumwenda, who hasn't had the best of games. I'm also going to bring in Winnie, or Stephen with a P, out on the right-hand side. Do I want to make the last sub right now? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take off Younger, and we're going to bring in Mr. International. I think this is his first game since his return, so give him an applause. The South African international, who is usually on international duty, he's back. Let's see if he can put in an okay performance. We've got a 2-goal cushion, so even if he screws up once, we should be fine. We need to defend this, though. Pinnock ghosts inside. Joe Hands holds on to it. It's great goalkeeping by him. He's made a few saves when he's been called upon, hasn't he? Look at, there's Mr. International stats. Or attributes, not stats. If you call attribute stats, I don't know what happens. A regen in Bolivia dies. That's true facts. Anyway, we need to do more defending here, although a lot of our highlights have come from this kind of position where we win the ball, it feels like. Oldacre in the wide areas here. Nice little run to hold it up. Now with Ling, whips it back post. A very, very deep ball, kept in. A Dunstan battling it out with their left winger. It's cleared away, and, well, Ricky Jaman into the bottom corner. He is Daman, and it's similarly 2-1, and maybe bringing in Mr. International wasn't the best of ideas. I can't really blame it on Mr. International, to be fair. It's a really tidy finish on the volley by Ricky there. Really composed. It's kind of one where you half expect the player to smash it wide or over. Anyway, I'm going to switch to positive mentality here. I want to just hold on to the ball to see out this game. 4 minutes of added time. We're 2-1 up. They've got a free kick in a dangerous area, though. Joe Hands, I might need a big save from you here. Oldacre over it. Hits it. And he scores. And it's 2-2. And now, why did I go positive? I should have stayed on attacking. Are we going to be going to a replay this episode, just as it looked like the second round was what we were going to be witnessing? It could well be a replay. Although there's 40 seconds left, 30 seconds left. Could there be another late goal here? Chapman in the wide areas with Lindsay. Lots of space to whip it in. Mampala's there! And he heads it just wide of the post. We have dominated this game. 2 clear-cut chances, 6 half chances, only 2 goals. And despite being the better team, we're going to a replay, everyone, unless they score again. Surely not. Stop it, Football Manager. Stop it, Football Manager. Stop it, Football Manager. Oh, my word. That was not far wide. Oh, okay, it finishes 2-2 here. That is bitterly disappointing. We were by far and away the better team. I'm not happy, boys. And now we have an FA Cup replay to look forward to. So, with that in mind, let's jump forward to it. We'll find out who we're going to be playing against as well. Denied by that late goal. We need to step it up, and we will rue our missed chances. So, right, let's go forward. I'm going to go cry, get angry. We've got a replay to play. Billericay Town, you're going down. So, folks, 3 days later, we're back, and it's a game against Billericay. I didn't quite realise how soon this rescheduled game was going to be, but here we are. The next round of the competition has been drawn. We will play either Fleetwood or Woking away from home. Fleetwood of League 1, Woking of the Vanarama National League, just 1 tier above us. Either of them would be a good little game in truth. And worth noting, and just something that popped into my head between the games, It's actually kind of good that we're getting a replay here. It's a chance to make some more money off gate receipts. And that's what everyone wants, really, isn't it? Anyway, this is the team we're going to go with here for this game. Unfortunately, Ollie Younger is suspended. So Devlin, we're going to give the chance to. This guy, he joined us at the same time as Barr from Institute. A bit of a punt at the back, perhaps. Despite his kind of young age, he's got a very, very good head on his shoulders. Great determination, great leadership, great teamwork. Hopefully he is going to step up and show us what he's all about. That's the dream and that's the hope. We'll have to wait and see if he can live up to his billing as maybe a long-term partner to Gannon at centre-back. The rest of the team looks pretty familiar. We're going to go with Lindsay and Barr as wingers, I think, for this game. Lindsay was good last game. I really like Ryan Barr. You know, I feel like he's got a lot to offer us. Let's hope he can have a good performance. And, well, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but Callum Jones last game was very, very disappointing. I want to see him step up in this game today and show us what he's all about. So let's get into this second leg. That 2-2 draw, so disappointing. I feel like if we play as well as we did in that first game, we have every chance of making it through this. We really should be. Not to put too much pressure on ourselves, but I would expect us to go marching on in this competition. We'll have to see how we get on, though. Not changing anything too drastically with our squad, in truth. I'm looking for more of the same. And maybe we don't bring in Mr. International with 20 minutes left and get complacent. Looking at it, 15 minutes gone. They're having a few of the better chances. So, going to immediately get a shouty shout going on. I did rest the players between games. It has only been 3 matches, or not 3 matches, 3 days since the first leg. So I rested my players. I did notice, just looking at Billericay's condition, their players maybe a teeny bit more tired than ours. Perhaps that can play into our favour. As, oh my gosh, is that Devlin missing an interception? I think it was. It was indeed. I'm going to click on him so we can keep an eye on him. That's not what you want to see from a player who's 18 years old, making only his second appearance of the year. Fortunately, Johans with another massive stop. And, well, I don't know who missed the header that time, but it's happened again. 37 minutes gone. There's not been too many chances in this game, but another one fell Billericay's way. And this time, Livingston got a header on it. Who was it who jumped for it? Who is that? It's Gannon this time. I didn't mean to skip the highlight there, but I'm just a bit annoyed, apparently. Right, free kick, dangerous area. They scored one against us. Can we get one against them? Barr hits it. What a save by their keeper and their defence. Absolutely no nonsense from Ponticelli. Just boots it into the roof of the stand. Worth noting, the attendance for the FA Cup games always seems way higher than league games. I guess fans, they love the cup competitions. You can see it's a packed house here at home, which is not, I don't want to say it's a rarity. I don't want to criticise our support, but I am a little bit surprised. 40 minutes gone, though, and this has been a very long highlight. I can't help but feel like there's more to happen in this game as, well, we're currently harassing their players at the back, forcing them to go all the way back to their goalie. I mean, if he wants to just give it to our attackers now, I wouldn't complain. Is that Mampala doing some closing down? I'm not sure. And, well, that was an anticlimactic end to the highlight. Although Chapman whipping it in, headed away to Mooney. They've got no one left forward. They are bringing everyone back to defend. What a ball that is. Mampala, what a touch that is. It's offside. Stop celebrating, Jack. Stop celebrating. It would have been an incredible, incredible goal. The ball here by Dunstan is inch perfect. He was offside. I can't verify. I mean, from that highlight, it looked like he was onside and it was Kumwenda who was off. And it is going to be 1-0 at the break to Billericay, which is not ideal, but I do feel like we grew into that game. They got that goal after 37 minutes, and then there was a flurry of highlights. Anyway, going with a demand more shout, trying to get that body language more switched on. I want our players ready and raring to go here. We need to fight back like they did against us. And, well, Jones to Barr. What can he do? If that's a shot, that is shocking. It's gone way wide of the mark. Super off target. The only silver lining is there's another highlight beginning from this corner. Or not from this corner, from the goal kick. I wish it had been deflected for a corner. It was some way off the mark, wasn't it, that shot? It's all the way back with Johans. Now with Gannon, who I feel like he's got a redemption arc to fulfil after missing that interception for their goal. A Dunstan at right back, bringing it forward. Now with Barr. options around him. Why are you doing it again? I'm taking him off. I've had enough. You're on a 6.2. Get off the pitch. I'm going to bring in Akeem Rose out on the right-hand side. We're not looking great anywhere here, are we? I'm going to take off Lindsay as well for DKM. We're going to get some fresh legs on in the wide area just before the hour mark. You know, their defence and midfield are tiring. And let's just get in some fresh legs ready and raring to go. We've got a set piece here. Kasinga Medea to whip it in. Back post. Kumwenda can't get there. It's not cleared yet. And Gannon, having had an absolute disaster in the first half, he's achieved the redemption arc, everyone. It's 1-1 here. Lewis Warrington with the assist. A low drilled effort from the centre-back. Not a bad finish. I feel like the keeper will feel disappointed to concede having got a hand on it. But it's 1-1 here, with 25 minutes left. Maybe that swings momentum in our favour. Maybe we can crack on now. Of course, a draw here would see it go to extra time. No one wants to see that. 10 minutes left for a team to break the deadlock. I have still got a sub. I'm thinking about what I would do. I feel like Boxall, with his set pieces, could be crucial in the later stages of this game. Although, we need to do some defending here. Akeem Rose battling it out, making, I want to say, an unusual appearance. He definitely hasn't featured as much as I anticipated he might at the start of the year due to some new additions in the wide areas. But I want to give him a chance today. He's got goals in him, and while we may need them as we're called into defensive action here, Mooney, Pinnock now with it. Don't let him get a shot away. Joe Hands tips it round the post. Right, I'm going to make a change here. Jones has not played great. He's not played terribly, to be fair. But I really like Boxall and his set pieces. We've got a corner to defend here, though, first and foremost, before we can even think of an attacking set piece. Ball whipped in, headed narrowly over the bar, but we're let off the hook a little bit there. That was a free header at the back post. We're going into the closing stages of this game. Added time. There's a minute left and a highlight has begun. The next goal probably wins it. Mampala's there. He hits the woodwork. Can Akeem Rose keep the attack alive? He's going to be crowded out here. It's going to be difficult for him to make anything of this. He manages to whip it in. Mampala hits the woodwork again. Oh my word. Two glorious opportunities back to back. The highlight hasn't ended. There's only 17 seconds left. Surely there's not another chance. Kumwenda to Chapman, who isn't going to keep it in. I think we're going to extra time, folks. It doesn't go... Did they change the FA Cup rules? It goes to penalties. That changes nothing in my mind. Right, we have to keep track of it because for some reason in Football Manager my penalties just don't display. If you know how to fix that, let me know in the comments. They start. He came off his line. I don't care. What a stop by Joe Hands. We don't have VAR at the mighty Towlaw stand. The Ironworks Road. Kumwenda steps up. He scores. We're 1-0 up in the shootout. Joey Hands, what can you do for us? It's the man in maroon. Mooney to step up. What can you do, Joey boy? Can he save 2 in a row? He can save 2 in a row! If we score this, we're in a great position. Mampala, don't screw it up. Don't screw it up, Mampala. He hits it. What a penalty that is. We are 2-0 up in the shootout. Pinnock has to score this, you'd feel like. Could Joe Hands make it 3 saves in 3? He can make it 3 saves in 3. What a player! We just have to score one of our last 3 penalties now. Who is stepping up for us? It's Warrington. A player who last year was so disappointing for us. I hope for massive things this year. He's kind of come into his own. He's forced Boxall out of the first team. He got an assist on our goal in the 90 minutes to get us this far. Can he score the penalty to send us through? Of course he can. Joey Hands, give him the keys to the village. Give Joey Hands the keys to the village. He's had an absolute superb performance in the shootout, saving 3 penalties in a row. And they were saves. They weren't misses. We go marching on. Fleetwood won for a last-minute goal, so we will be taking on League One Fleetwood Town in the FA Cup second round for a chance to go into the third round. We get £40,000 there. I mean, we're laughing. Do we get some gate receipts as well for that? I guess we do. What's our balance looking at? Look at that. £498,000. We're swimming in money. That's more... Actually, no, I was about to say it's more money than we had at the start of the year. That's not true. That's not a fact. But what is a fact is We're going marching on. We have Fleetwood in a little while now. A chance to reset. But the FA Cup second round next episode is going to be huge. And I am so excited for it. Definitely the biggest game in Towel Law history, at least during our time at the club. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up everything from me today. What a crazy 2 games. We scrape through thanks to Joey Hands. What a goalkeeper. What a man. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go cry, lay down, reset. We go again tomorrow. I'll see you guys. We're going to be taking on Fleetwood. Like the video if you enjoyed. Drop a comment. Let me know who your player of the season so far is. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's me, Jack, and I'm out.